All right, let's do this. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I probably sound a little different because I have a different setup, so it's gonna be it's gonna be weird. Things are gonna be a little different. Some stuff. Should be fun. Technical difficulty. Please stand. All right, that's good. All right, let's see here. And the server issue. I had to do all of this at the last minute, unfortunately. I took forever to get out here. But I think we're in a position where all should be good and gravy and fine. Somebody go ahead and give me the recap while I'm doing this so we don't have any wasted time. All right, that's what I like to hear. Fast burners. Everybody sits there in a stunned silence. that, do you guys want me to do it? No response whatsoever. What the? Okay, now, sorry, it's now Discord won't. All right, go ahead. Hold on, I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it.
Meantime, to read the notes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Try again.
Last time on Ages and Ages, the Shattered Second, we continued our fight against the Broken Baron, and even though we were gaining the advantage in the fight, we had the realization that this is cursed, and we need to probably break the curse. We thought that if we don't break the curse, and then that the Baron might just get back up because of the crystals around us. And with that in mind, Fabio decided to use the little watch thingy from Raquel on the Broken Baron after we knocked him down. And well, there was a lot of swirling colors. I think there were a lot of bugs as well. But I think Fabio, I think he won because then all of a sudden we were uh taken somewhere else and we saw four men sitting on a fountain. They were all brothers, and one of them was the Baron, Benji Kosai. Another one was a general, John Kosai, and there was the uh, Marquis, I think, as I pronounced that, Frederick Kosai. Then the last one was Duke Gregarious Kosai, and I think that they were all brothers. Uh, and they were just sitting at a fountain and talking about things like the foreigners were coming to land, which is a little silly because they're already here. They also said that they discovered a power, They don't like the Latons. And then after that, we saw like the vision kind of faded away, and we saw that the Baron now looked like how we saw in that vision. And well, we talked with him. He said that his name was Benji Kosai, and he was the Baron of this tower. We kind of talked with him a bit more, and then he asked us to help free his brothers like we freed him. And so we agreed to do it. And I think now we are heading to get some rest and then go after the other brothers. And the current time we have remaining is 275 hours.
All right, inspiration for you. Okay, so
Thank
this
you,
is
thank you.
basically how I think we're going to go down with today's sesh. Is that because you've decided to free rather than destroy the Baron, there's a couple of things that you get access to. Most notably, the Baron's Tower, which, after a quick hand-waved amount of clearing it from the aberrations that yet remain, we've got some decisions for you guys to make. With the Baron being freed, you gain access to his barony and all the facilities that it possesses. Most notably, the following facilities, which I'll bring up on the maps. The most notable one, I suppose, is the 4th floor, which contains the teleportation nexus, which connects his barony to his brothers. On the 3rd floor, you have access to... Let me know how fast these maps are loading.
Loaded for me, at least.
Loaded.
I have
Loaded
no
as well.
vision.
You have no vision? Like you can't
Yeah, it's all
see?
dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Copy. There, you should be able to.
Yeah, it's still all dark. Let me see if it's in my character sheet. Hold on.
Still.
Well, I see, so I don't think it's an issue with vision.
Does everybody else see?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still getting.
All right, who took my eyes?
Also, if maybe
sorry.
your main drive is full.
My bad.
What'd you say, Lilith?
Bloody, right?
One of the issues where it goes black is when your main drive is full and it can't take any more like map images, so it just gives a black screen.
Is that on the player side?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is player side.
I see.
Do you see
So
the
just-
Alright, let me go see what bloatware I have on my computer. One sec.
Well, just make sure the drive isn't full. But yeah, we need a little bit of space. It gets cleared out after a while, but yeah, it goes into temp.
You can continue on in the meantime.
Okay, so the third floor gives you access to the Baron's oratory for spell creation. There's also a workshop for specifically jewel crafting, so for gem cuts, and also for like rings, splits, and stuff. Since that's what the Baron did in life. You know, before he became all weird and gross.
Before he got his belly, yeah.
Before he got fat. Gross. Very gross. The second floor is residential district of the floor and also an armory. So it's where you can find some basic gear and where you can rest for a comfortable long rest. And then finally, the actual bottom floor of the barony is where you will find the main barracks, the cathedral, which once served as a church of light connection. And then you have the forge there as well. So there's a lot of facilities here that you can use. If you're actually interested in spending your time doing that, we can go over all of the different effects and abilities that you have. It's pretty straightforward, formulaic stuff. It doesn't really require a list. It's about whether or not you want to use facilities with the limited time that you have. If not, we can move to a scene where you are planning with the Baron on what to do next. So, what would you like to do?
Do we know if the teleportation will be able to take us to the other towers instantly?
Yeah, it's part of the nexus
Okay.
that connects them.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
I think we should see what we can get in terms of like restocking right first.
Yeah, it would
that's
be
kinda what I
nice
was thinking.
with a bit of potions, I think. Else I'm pretty good.
All right. Since I've been looking at the bloatware, what which floor would have that aspect of it where we can take things like weapons, consumables, stuff like that, just to prep?
That'd be the second floor, which is the armory and the comfortable long rest space. The armory has access to up to tier 4 weapons and armor if you want some replacements. It has most basic kits, and it also possesses healing potions. Only standard, though.
Gotcha.
We have a number of
And
healing
just to
potions?
confirm,
Yeah.
There's 20 healing potions there, so if you want to take all of them, that's the max you can get.
I'll take 5 of them. And then someone else can take more.
I will take 3.
That's good.
What'd you say, to her?
I will refill my 2 healer kits.
Hey, that's fine.
That's for sure. I'll refill my smithing kit and repair people's armor.
Okay, that takes time.
I will
You
be
know how long
taking.
you're gonna take.
I'm gonna take one of the healing potions.
Well, we're at least having a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if a long rest would be enough to repair everyone's armor.
It would depend
Well,
on
I
the
don't need
level
this.
of repair and also what your build commitment is.
My armor is fine.
Also, I can do
Also-
mending to assist. Yeah.
My almost fine as well.
I think
mine is
if
fine.
we're able to just TP, we can afford some level of time
Yeah, for sure.
just off
Yeah.
So there is a consideration.
I mean,
I'm kind of interested in the oratory because I would like to try to get some new spells.
That's right, I have to teach you magic. There's a spell I have to teach you. And it is Misty Step. And this is not a class you can
Yes.
opt out of. You actually need the spell.
All right. Here's my suggestion, right?
Since this sounds like
We've
player-
got
real quick. Since this sounds like player
Sorry.
planning, I'll use this time to go to the bathroom so I don't waste anyone's time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What I was saying is, the hours we have left. It is about 11 days and like 5 hours, right? Give or take.
Yeah, ish.
If you guys want to do like prepping and spell stuff like that, are we willing as a group to use up a day and 5 hours worth to do that? That will leave us with 10 days for the 3 barons.
yeah, that's fine.
Sounds
Well,
good.
you gotta
yeah.
think we have to take out basically a day for resting right now. I mean, at least 8 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we take out 8 hours from that, so we'll have 21 hours worth of like prepping and stuff, and then an extra 8 for resting.
That's fine, I think.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
We ain't having no
Everyone who-
55-day situation.
Yeah, everyone who has armor,
What if
goes
they-
on all this, just put like what the armor is and how much you need repaired in the notes.
Mine's fine. I think it's just you and Fabio that actually need armor repaired. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, her needs it. Bongo needs it. I need it, but I think half of that is emotional armor, and you can't repair that. So
Yeah,
Oh, no,
that
I
is
think Paul can
emotional
try to
armor.
repair that.
all right, let me put this in.
So there's a few spells that I can get rid of if I'm preparing spells and stuff. Because I need to sleep. I've used almost all of my spells. I have 2 first level spells left.
Yeah, I think everybody needs a longer rest at this point.
Before we do that, does anyone need actually healed? Because I still have plenty. I still have 3/1, 2/3, and 3/4. Does anyone actually need healed?
I think we
No.
sleep, and we also look for purging potions. If not, then we look for stocks to craft purging potions.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
well,
I think that's fair.
that is something I recommend we make because I have none.
I have
The
a
the
fair
only
few
person that has it, I
purging
think, is Aurora.
I have
To be
7
fair.
purging potions, and I'll probably use a few just to make sure we can get back to base. I
Yeah.
could probably make a few with rest because I do have the feat and the trick.
Let's just say we use that 21 hour mark. I think you can make a couple.
I'm back.
And I could double my potion making because of the trick. Twice for the amount of materials. Yes. Like, this place doesn't have any
Okay, we
potion
have
potions, right? That
ideas.
was already answered.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay, cool.
Real quick, to her and Frosty, what's the your armors are light, medium, or heavy?
Light.
Mine is medium.
Okay.
I got scales.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys want to rest first, or do you guys want to do all the prep stuff first? Because I think that will matter in terms of like any exposure usage and stuff like that. That's gonna be.
And
I
also,
can.
probably some of hers would be gone away by now because most of that was cantrip exposure.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah, but Aurora was gunslinging, so Aurora's currently at 9 exposure.
Yeah, but
I
she
was
doing a bunch
daggering.
of cantrips.
It was mostly cantrips, yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe I would, after combat, be at about 7 exposure, which isn't great.
Yeah, which is why I'm wondering if you guys want to do the resting part first, or if you want to use up exposure as far as you can without, kaboom, and then we rest.
Well,
Because
we
I
need to
still
rest. There's
have.
nothing more we can do. I can't manipulate
I
mine anymore.
still have like 3 exposure reductions if we want to do like. I can cast Mending, which is like 10 minutes per cast to like do stuff.
Is that 1 minute?
Yes, 1 minute actually.
Those come back on long rest, right?
Also, Aurora needs to rest while at base exposure to refresh.
My base exposure currently is 5 because I am still holding an item that gives me +1 exposure, which is the wind rune.
Ah, okay.
So I'm
So we
pretty
need to take
sure
one purging potion and then rest, I guess.
One purging potion,
two.
then rest. What?
That
I'm
would
at
put
7,
you to 5, right?
which would put me to 5.
Which is your
Which
base,
would
right?
be the equivalent of my base at the moment due to constant exposure gains.
Alright, so we have that figured out to get Apotheosis back. So in terms of AR repaired, it would be 2 shield AR, then 2 light, 4 medium, and 6 heavy.
Alright, I'm going to just do that because I think it's rid of it for free. No, it does not. Alright, cool. I'm just doing that. -1.
How long is your AR repair gonna be?
I think it's gonna take long because I just have proficiency in smithing kit.
This is mostly for
Okay,
administration, right? Just to keep track of time.
gotcha. Arcadum, how long would it take to repair, I think, 2 light armor AR, 4 medium armor AR, and 6 heavy armor AR? Oh, and 2 shield.
12 hours, I think.
Okay. That's not that bad. Bongo's not really gonna be doing anything else.
Yeah. Is the Baron able to work with the gems for us, or is it too short? Would it take too long?
He is unavailable as he is too busy restoring his estate. What he's doing this whole
Got
time.
it. Got it.
Gotcha.
I don't think we have anyone that can
They
make
can work
it.
with gems now.
No.
So that's fine. So it's the spell thing.
I know people want to go to the oratory, so there's that.
Yeah.
Are you helping Bongo with the mending, Lilith?
I will be trying to, yes.
No.
I think each cast is 1.
Yeah.
Wait, even so, that's
But it's
probably
all
like an
cantrip.
hour. Yep, that probably like an hour taken off of each.
Well, it's a minute cast, so
Okay.
I'm trying to make audio adjustments. Do I sound okay to you guys?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you
In
sound a little
Discord, yeah.
clearer
Yeah,
than-
you're fine with us.
Okay.
So if you use your 3 tokens for mending, you should. Then we can rest, I guess.
well, the thing is, it's ketchup exposure. It fades very quickly. Like I think it's 10 minutes after it.
Yeah,
So
something like
by the
that.
time we finished a long rest, the exposure would be gone. So,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
but I would still use my tokens just in case, because I think I get them back on a long rest.
But I don't think you
So
should
essentially, you would.
all this is needed, but
It's mostly just to cut off some time that we can, because if you're gonna get the resource back anyway, might as well use it, right?
yeah, but it's it's whatever. It's like do it or don't. I think it'll still be an amount of time that Bongo's just busy.
Yeah, Rafi
Yeah,
doesn't have much to do either, so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Also,
so
I'll
we have
need
that- we
a
have
few
that.
hours to teach Rain Misty Step.
Mhm. So then we have that. So that would.
Well, that could be part of the 12 hours. It only will take 2.
That'll take 2 for that, and then it sounds like the rest of the time will be spent like loosely, just like it sounds like the rest of the time will be just like in the oratory probably for the casters. The rest of us just find stuff to do.
Yeah, I'll probably be hopping around the base in the meantime, to be fair.
Arcadum, is there
So
any
there's that.
poison supplies in this tower? I guess not.
Nothing more
Maybe
than
there is.
basic.
So, other basic poisons at all?
20
I
basic
guess I would-
poisons.
And there was a 2d6, is it? And DC?
That's base 2d6, DC 14 Constitution saving throw, augmentable by build.
Yeah, I will take, I guess, 2 of them. 3, I guess. I'll take 3. Fuck it.
Do you have any spare potion of touching? Because I'm at 7 and would like to go
Oh,
down.
we can. We can
All right.
probably spare a few. I could also make, I think, 2 purging potions over a long rest, depending on how much time we have, or how much time we're willing to burn before we.
Does the Baron have any?
Does he have any?
I
What?
believe it.
Purging potions?
No, he is not he's not an alchemist.
Gotcha.
I would need 2 before the long rest, so then the rest can fade. I believe.
Well, then I will. There you go. Full purging potion. For you, Hey, I still haven't used this potion of flying, Bongo. I mean, you shouldn't use it now, but could be useful.
I still got the spell scroll for it too.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Longest was the portable crucible.
Oh my god, we took the freaking. You kept the box that melts shit, the bucket that
Bongo
melts
gets
stuff.
his bucket. He likes his bucket.
Oh,
Makes you
that's
feel good.
amazing. Yeah.
Well, I still have a Voss suit. Where do you like me to get rid of that?
That's probably just too much weight to carry around, so...
I left mine already, so...
Well,
Okay.
sounds like we've come up on an actual plan. To have Bongo do repairs... Oh, sorry, we're resting first, right? Or not?
I mean, that should be the first goal, is to recuperate.
Yeah.
It just
So-
makes sense.
We rest first, then Bongo will spend the hours repairing AR. Aurora and Rain are doing spell stuff. And then it's just...
I'm gonna be messing around in the tower.
Yeah, I mean, after Bongo's done with the repairs, he's just gonna be asking the Baron if he can help in any way.
Okay.
Or
Sounds like we have...
what's up? What's up? You guys
I
figured out
guess
what
that
you're
it sounds
gonna
like we have a plan.
do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it sounds like we have.
It sounded like you were asking the Baron something.
No, it was... No, it was gonna be, after Bongo's done repairing the AR, he was just gonna, like, ask the Baron if he can help out, which...
How about with what?
Yeah. Just what the Baron needs help with. Because,
Oh,
well, he's just
I
with
see.
others.
I see. That's fine.
Because...
No, I misunderstood what you meant. Okay.
General labor.
So is the party spending 12 hours?
I think we were resting first, then spending the hours.
So you're 20 hours or 12 hours?
Sounding like... Okay, in notes, we have delegated out 29.
29 hours.
Just for stuff to get done.
Yeah, about a day and a bit.
As you wish.
Obviously, whatever left over doesn't get used, so.
Alright, go ahead and delegate out that time then, and subtract it from your item.
Right. So we're gonna start off with the 8 hours of rest. So we're gonna take that out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we got 267 left after that.
Yep.
And then you're repairing for 12.
Yes.
So during his 12, what is everyone else doing?
I will most likely try to. I still have. Let's see, where are my stocks? I still have 4 alchemical stocks, which could be turned into 8 purging potions with my feats and everything. So probably while Bongo is doing lots of repairs, I'll take 2 hours to teach, to translate the spell so that Rain can get Misty Step. And then I'll try to take as much of the other time, up to the 12 hours, mind you, total, to create. Wait, no. To create the potions, yeah. Of purging. So we have more of them, and I'll spread them around to people just in case we still have all of these effects we need to deal with.
Right. How long is your your class gonna be? For, right?
Hours.
It should be at least 2 hours, depending on other things. I don't think there's more to do because it's like a part of a wizard I get to translate. I don't know if translating takes longer. I did check up the wiki and it just says using the scribe kit.
Translation means that first you have to transcribe it into what you know, and then you have to translate it in what they know. So if you know the spell already, you would transcribe it into a spell that the other person can learn from a different level.
No,
Okay.
so it's 2 separate time sinks. It's the transcribing, then the learning of the spell from the new other person.
Yes. You have to translate it
Okay.
first,
Gotcha.
and then you have to teach them.
How long
Is
would the-
there? Yeah, how long would the translation take?
Same time as learning.
Okay.
So the whole effect would be 4 hours total, like 2 hours for me translating it because I already know the spell, and then transcribing it to him so that he can learn the spell. All right.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So that would be 4 hours taken on that.
Mhm.
And then how it's 2 hours per potion craft, yes, I think was what happened last time, but I may be misremembering. I have
It's 2
the
hours
trick
per
and the
potion.
feat.
It's 2 towers. It's 2 potions per hour. Or excuse me. One potion per 2 hours, and you can make 2 potions if you have the appropriate setup.
Right, which I can, because I get the trick and feat. Yes, okay, all right. So they would be 4 hours helping Rain get Misty Step, and then I would try to take. It would only take another 8 hours? No. Yeah, 8 hours with
You've
the
got 8 hours
ingredients that
left,
I
yeah.
have. With the rest of the 8 hours, if I'm working non-stop, I can get another 8 purging potions. Thoughts?
Sounds good. It's,
I mean, that's a good use of it.
Yeah, it's a good use.
Alright. In the remaining 8 hours of after your lesson, are you gonna go to the oratory? Rain?
Not Rain.
I only need to be there for 2 of the hours. Correct? Because she needs to transcribe the transcribing she has to do.
Yeah, so it means you got 10 hours then to be in the oratory. My bad.
Yeah. And that's what I'll be doing. Researching spells.
Okay. That leaves Rathu, Wrath, you said you're not gonna. There's nothing left for you, right? You're just gonna chill and help around.
Well, can Rathu go searching for already created rings and stuff that could be useful
There aren't
while
any.
waiting? No, okay, no, then he will just be chilling, sneaking around.
Familiarize
My
yourself.
man stealing.
No, I cannot steal because everything is gone.
Maybe you should look for some cheese, Rat Man.
You know, aged cheese is good cheese. So I've heard.
So yes, I
Okay. Jinzo, are you doing anything in the 12 hours?
Yeah, I wanna get 2 flails, I think. Just so I have something against armor. Also, I wanna martial check the Hydran Blade. Since I haven't done that yet. And probably using Primal Conscience just to check on everybody, including myself and the Baron.
also, now that you've brought it up, axes might be a good, like anything with hack might be a good thing to spread around to those who have the ability to do damage with it, you know?
Yeah, bongo shoot, probably.
Yeah, that's very cool. I have 5 pounds of carrying capacity left.
Oh, and that reminds me, we should probably get a hat for bongo or a banner or something. There's gotta be something.
Yes.
Everybody has a hat.
Give me a banner that's a hat.
Yeah, not quite the correct class for that, but maybe.
Wrath, you can't even use a hand axe. That's tragic.
Same here.
Use 2 hands for a hand axe.
Wait,
can't
what's the heft on the hand axe anyway?
One.
Oh, it's 1 actually.
Yes. I have -1 strength.
My god, I can do it. I can do it.
Wait, if you're full elf,
yeah.
do you have the martial thing that gives everything but the versatile or
Yeah.
finesse? I don't know
Yes.
what it is.
It's martial
It's finesse,
grace.
but yes, I
It's
do have it.
grace, which gives you dex to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, am I going to feel dwarvish and get some hand axes?
Mm. Yeah.
Am I going to tap into my one of my preferred opponents and take their weapons from them?
Beat them down with the weapon of their own oppression.
Toss me.
Right. I'm assuming there's just like a large quantity of like hand axes and the basic stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got your basic materials. He doesn't have any exotic weapons, but they're up to tier 4.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh,
Should
Can
may
I
as well
get
go
healed
look
on
at
my
the thing.
face? Sorry.
So, am I ditching the
Yeah.
lawsuit? We agree.
If you have the
I
space,
don't
you
have
might
one,
as well
so-
carry it, but
It's up to you.
depends how much you want to carry it.
Be right back. 2
No,
seconds.
it's alright.
I can hear you guys.
I had
Oh,
to,
good.
I think I cut you off by accident.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that.
Okay, so more space. Do you guys know
Yeah.
the weight of what you call this thing of hand axes?
I mean,
Uh,
I have a lot of carrying capacity left as well, so if you just want me to carry something.
be
Mm,
the mule.
I don't worry about the carrying necessarily. I'm more just trying to like gauge, understand.
Alright, let's see. Weapons. Here we go. Head axe is 2 pounds.
yeah.
They're relatively
Okay.
light.
I've got
20
15. Great.
Hear me out. We get a bard in the party, and we give them a greater herald, hand axe. So you get 3 additional uses of inspiration. Hear me out.
Great.
Oh yeah, that's another spell I should prepare. Is that one? Okay, cool. Making sure deciding the area we're in is very bad because of other things I have experienced. I'm probably not going to be casting Find Steed ever. Until we somehow
You
get
know that.
I don't. Yeah, Aurora doesn't know that. Although she has done a lot of Arcana checks about whether it's good and safe to summon shit. And in this tower, it's at least a no because of the magic shenanigans.
Yeah, just walk out the tower real quick, go try it out, and come back.
I should actually
I'm worried.
make
Sorry,
the
go on.
basic poison. No, I was just saying I should probably just actually make the basic poison myself to get the +2 DC since I have the mastery in the kit.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so I will use my time doing that instead.
There's something to do.
Yes.
Oh. Do you think something that might be worthwhile is picking up some I think what's that called? Darkwood weapons. It is a clan augment, so I don't know if the Baron would have it, but it bypasses the defenses of aberrations and shapeshifters.
You can ask, but that's a long shot.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And that also reminds me. I have an item that it will probably be really good on Rain.
What's that?
Remember this? Forever ago?
Oh, the Rod of Falling Water.
Yeah. I might have to remake it as a actual weapon, but
I don't know if I can use rods. Can I?
Yeah,
Casting
and-
implement.
it's a magical implement. You don't if you're a caster, you could use it.
I'm back.
But yeah,
And no,
But
they do
yes,
not
I
have
will-
anti-aberration weapons.
Yeah, I figured.
They didn't prepare? Wow.
there you go. I will give you this rod that I should have given you a long time ago, but
And it gives what,
forgetting I
one
had-
exposure?
yes. Constant exposure 1.
So,
It is
do that then.
set as an item, as a loot, because I was just copy and pasting stuff down.
mhm.
But yeah. You might need to, if you want to make it an actual item. Yeah. It's something I has not used.
For the jewel crafting, right? I know the Baron worked on it when he before everything went upside down. So since he's busy, does do we need to have the ability to craft with it, or can we still ask him to do it?
To do what?
If we have jewels, or gems and stuff like that to help us do the jewel crafting part of things.
He's too busy for that. To do that.
He's too busy. Alright, so then yeah, we would need
Yeah, we have to do it.
to have my bag of assorted gems, I'll have to wait for another day. Okay. Yeah, I think in the meantime, while everybody's doing their own thing, I would probably try to fuck around and find out. In the armory, right? Is there? Oh, you said there's any of the basic ones, so I'm assuming there's great swords and stuff like that, right? The bigger sword weapons. Right. I I'm gonna go look at one of those, right? I'm gonna grab it. I won't be able to wield it, but I'm gonna grab it. And I'm gonna try to essentially recall the feeling I got when I got turned into a violet boy, right? Um, what I want to know is, as I try to remember, and now as I'm trying to grab this weapon, do I have any like memory or like a feeling of I don't know if the right word is nostalgia, but like, do I feel anything in regards to it that can be compared to that time?
Negative.
Okay. Uh, then realizing that, and realizing the, I guess, situation, I will instead go to the cathedral area, right? Would it be possible to like elaborate how that looks, since it's an older building?
Which building? The tower itself?
The cathedral area of it.
The cathedral is Pre-Matherian Church of Light. It is designed in the traditional way that such chapels were, with pews and a central dais in order for someone to give a sermon.
All right. Are there any, I guess, since it's like older than that, is there any iconography that is reminiscent of the current church setup?
No.
So it's all fully different. Okay.
There are certainly some similarities, of course. It's obvious that one drew inspiration from the other, but the older one bears no markings or semblances towards Matheria.
Okay. Then, in the meantime, while everybody's doing everything, I would wait for Jinzo to have some time left over, because I'm going to ask him for help, as I want to attempt to communicate with the ancients in some way, or pray to them. And I need my backup.
Okay, are you doing that now?
Whenever he's finished with his thing. Because I know he wanted to do a few things, and I might take a bit longer.
Jinza?
Alright, in that case, I would like to martial check the Hydron Blade. Martial check.
To what regard?
Well, just knowing its statistics and stuff.
A hybrid blade is. It has the. I'll just type out the properties for it to be easy.
Thank you.
Aurora, do you have Find Familiar?
I do. Why do you want to learn it?
No, it's what I'm thinking about. There's other stuff I would like to learn.
Ah,
They are heft 3, cut, deadly, and interchangeable.
Ooh. Oh, sorry, I was muted. Can you tell me what interchangeable means?
So interchangeable is a property that allows it to be used along in concordance with another weapon. Specifically, if you look at Cestus, you'll find the definition of interchangeable. Here is the link to it. So that way you can read your time to waste it. That doesn't work, you can put it in Discord.
I will check it in a moment. Thank you. So it's like I can wield this with a sickle, and then if I attack with a sickle, I can attack with this one too. No, with one of the. So I can choose which one I attack with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that is
So it'll be
interesting.
more like you're holding the flails and these, then you could choose.
Okay, after that I would like to get some flails. 2 flails, if up to tier 4. Does that mean I can get one with hilted and quick throw? 1+3, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so 2 of that and like 5 basic daggers to finally put them into the black cloak. And maybe use that ability once. Can I ask you to make the flails in Foundry? Arcadum?
Yeah, I'm making it right now.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you got it.
Sorry.
No problem, I just never know if I was not hurt. It happens a few times. And yeah, finally I will use the primeval conscience. Checking on everyone. Everyone and everything.
You detect the same as you've detected before. Except now there are far less aberrations.
All right. And I guess after the time available.
Did you want 1 or 2
Fabio.
flails
2.
that are the same properties?
Yes. Thank you.
Alright. They should be on your sheet. All you gotta do is right click, edit them, and you can just add the properties on yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want to like RP this, or do you want to just go through to Jitsu?
Whatever you prefer.
Alright, where would you be doing your conscious thing? On the roof?
Yes.
Okay. Then I would come up
Be
to
right back.
you.
I have to take my medicine for my meds, or for my allergies. Be right back.
Oh, good. First let me take a sort of push the tongue. So I can actually free my hands. Alright, I'll probably come up to you when you're doing your conscious. See that you're busy. And then once you're done, you'd see me there and I'll just be like, hey, are you occupied or are you done?
Jinzo will look at you a bit afraid, since last time you were quite angry and was quite right about it. But then he will nod and will invite you to come closer and tell you what you want.
I'll acknowledge it. And I'll ask. So, you find anything? Kept busy?
Looks like it's quite clear. Whatever you did, it worked. The tower is clear. It looks like only the far aberrations are remain. So there may be hope.
Well, at least something good came out of it. Look, I wanted to ask you something. When we were in those in that frozen hall down by the crystal place, you asked me about, well, this, which gestures to you in your meditating pose. I've also noticed that you seem to be more, well, more attuned to it than I have been able to be.
It's quite strange, isn't it? We've been only here for a few years and somehow feel like I have this affinity for it. But also you mentioned that you were reluctant to use it. That might be the case.
Perhaps. I know I wasn't quite approachable when y'all gave it all to bring me back here, but gosh, I don't know how to ask this. Look, I don't usually take too kindly to asking for help, but I might need yours if you're that close to it. Um, do you think perhaps you can help me?
I hope so, but you have to tell me something.
Right, right. Well, follow me, I guess. I want to go and try it out downstairs.
All right.
Yeah. And then when we like walking towards the cathedral part of it, I'll keep talking. So essentially, right, Hmm. Have you noticed anything odd with me?
Odd. I mean, I think we are all odd.
Sure, that is not wrong, but I mean, since you know, since I got back the last time,
Well, you seem more distant, but I guess you have a good reason for that. For what we did was, and Shinzo will not find the word for that.
I suppose my outburst is could be part of it, but I don't feel right. That's what I'm saying.
In what way?
I can't seem to. Well, I can't seem to separate things. There's memories? No, ideas. Maybe. I don't know how to explain it, but they muddle with my head. And it's. Well, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm still me at this point.
Well, being through time and that color. You could certainly change. But I think you're still you. You look like you. You talk like you. Bit different, but still you. How can I help? I can tell what's right and wrong. Not about you, like not about anything, I feel.
Hey. Perhaps I just need someone to listen, to watch over. And of everyone here, well, considering that you are more attuned to things not as physical, I thought you would be more appropriate to ask.
Well, I guess if you are willing, we can try and meet in the primeval world.
You'll see he's like scratching his arm. Like it's like a sign of nervousness that he doesn't like showing. I don't even know how to do that. Look. When I was younger, before a lot happened, I was just taught to hear, to listen rather to walk amongst. Do you understand? And when tragedy struck me, I began to hear in voices that hurt. Our family of close ones. And now, since the first time we met, I have been worried that if I were to do so, I would hear voices of others that I considered friends. The truth is, Jinzo, you say that I sound the same, that I look the same, but even you have heard that my voice is changing. This way of speaking, the one that blends with the one you've heard first, is how I spoke, but before I learned to speak differently. But now I find myself swapping between them, unable to control which is the one that I will say next. Look, he'll like outstretch his arms. You'll see he doesn't have his armor because Bongo is working on it. So you'll see him undo like the last set of bandages he has on one of the arms and laid bare. You'll see a set of like intricate looking tattoos. Tribalized, coming from his shoulders all the way down to his forearms. And then on it, you'll see a bunch of like letters carved into each arm. I had these before. Most of them, I put them there, but these, as you'll go from pointing at the letters to pointing at the tattoos, these were not mine. These are not the markings that I was given by my tribe. At least, not the ones that I recall. But they feel like they are. And these letters, and he'll point, and you'll see him point at a carved set of letters. The first one being of an O and an M, and the other one being a B and an L. I never got to write their names. And yet here they are. I understand that this part of me is taken from elsewhere, but it confuses me. It worries me.
Do you think you did it, but you don't have the memories? Like it happened in another life?
It follows the same way I've done it. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And almost like he's searching for another set, right? You'll see him roll up the rest of his sleeve and look underneath, and then he'll kind of gasp. Even he's there, but I didn't see him die. As you'll notice another set of letters, which it would be a G and a V. Why would he be there? I got him up. I saw him with this other two. I understand.
Are those the ones you hear in the primeval world?
No, they're the ones I'm scared of hearing. Ones I do are these. It'll show the other arm. And there you'll see instead of I guess a more like carved feeling. These ones appear to be slightly more like precise cuts. They're like old scars in comparison to the newer ones. My family, my mentors, they're the ones I've heard. And even here, I see my own sister's initials are carved. But I remember getting them to go elsewhere. I remember guiding them elsewhere. Of all of them, she should be alive. She's the reason I've made it this far. The hope that I would see her. And now I see even she's there.
Well, I don't know how these things happen, but I think if they are calling to you, you should listen. I think I can help. We could go into the primeval world, and I believe I can separate these spirits and maybe bring them to you. Maybe you can talk with them.
I want to. I've been wanting to for so long, but I'm just scared, man. What am I gonna tell them? Huh? What am I gonna go and say to the people I've heard cry out in pain over and over again when I was the shade? What am I gonna say to people that I've gone on and wore a mask to try and stop myself from thinking of them?
You don't have to say anything. You can just show that you're still there for them.
I'd assume by this time we're in the cathedral. Essentially, I'll just look around. It's like, how can I be there for them if they're already gone?
But they aren't. They're still around. As long as you hear them, they are not gone.
And so I I've been walking for so long. I have so many questions. I have asked so much. Now I stand here with no answers. I've called out to them before. They only show themselves when I commune with the land. I've tried to help my comrades, but all of us were just ghosts. Denied our rest. Heck, I've called out to the ancients. I've prayed. So many times have I prayed, but now I admit that not a single time have I gotten any semblance of an answer. The Baron mentioned that my people, they could do things, see things with time, but such legends are only worth for those who are the true sons of the Anfanti. And yet, I of elven blood have been shown the future, have been given chances to see glimpses of the past. I shouldn't. This doesn't belong to me. I'm not worthy. I am not chosen. Heck, at this part of my life, I even begin to doubt if I am even me.
Listen, I saw you sacrifice yourself for this continent. I saw you risk yourself for this Baron. We know nothing about him, but you were the one to reach out. You were the one to see the person in the monster. I say you are worthy. And I say you can prove it.
How? How would I even go about doing that? All I've done so far is made things worse so that people die. For my sake, even when I didn't want them to. Say that you can help me speak with them. What are they gonna tell me? When I'm here and they aren't.
I think if they were good friends, they would tell you to move on and live your life, not bound to the past, but looking to the future.
What future? Look at what we've done. Look at what may yet come because of our actions. Whether they do or not, that is uncomparable to that which I've gone through. To that which I have gone through multiple times. In multiple multiple lives.
This
How
time
can
it
I-
will be different.
How can I know that?
You don't know, but you can believe, and you can make it happen. That's what I learned during my journey. Doesn't matter if it's possible or not. You can will it. You can will anything to happen.
I just wanted to help keep people safe. That has always been my will. That has always been what I wanted, to make things better for us, for my people. But every time I've tried it, I've only gone and messed it up more. You'll see him look up at the various structures in the chapel. Look around you. This is meant to be a place of worship, right? A place where one can commune with whatever they believed in. And yet I don't recognize any of it. It looks Etherean, sure, but I've seen enough of it. This doesn't look anything like it. Just another forgotten memory of whatever this is. Just like my people. Just like my tribe. My loved ones. All of them. When I touched whatever that power was, I saw all of them vanish. I saw that with me forgetting, they were gone. I don't want them to be gone. And yet, he'll exhale, almost like his words cut out.
It's time for you to forgive yourself. You've been through a lot, I can't even begin to imagine. All the things you see, all the things you experienced, but you have to forgive yourself. Without that, you will be bound forever by the past. And moving forward doesn't mean that you forget about them. You can still remember. You can learn to not make the same mistakes again. There is still a lot of good we can do here. We can fix our mistakes. We just have to believe.
I understand. I know what you're saying, but every action I've done has only led to a worse result than the previous. I've come here and I've asked you this because I want to try, but what if things only end up being worse because of it?
Well, you cannot succeed without risking the failure of it. But also, I found that the decisions I regret the most are not the wrong decisions, but the ones that I never made.
Ill. Again, exhale and look forward to this long forgotten figure at the front of the altar. At least that we can agree on as well. He'll pull out the little Advanti stone, the ritual stone, kind of grasp around it. You guys said you found this from the temple of the Black Beast, right? The temple of our sentinel, our guardian.
I believe so, yes.
I have a few but caring memories of these. Of my mother preparing them as she spoke to the ancients for us. Okay. Okay. Let's give it a shot then.
That's the spirit. Let's do this.
Alright. I guess you're gonna get into our little ranger ritual circle, whatever you call it. And I'll just ask, okay, then how am I meant to do this? How do you do it? I kinda lost.
Was that a question for me, or are you talking to?
That's. I guess it can work for both because we've never done this before. But it was. Yeah.
So you're using primeval awareness, and your intention is to contact what? What is your intention?
Well, since he said he hears voices from people he know in the past, my intention would be to try and use my improved primeval conscious and try and help and locate these spirits, I guess, and like try and make them be able to talk somehow.
Okay. You have any spells to back you up?
No spells, only the improved feat.
I have my ancestral spell, which can be applied to the two of us.
I think you know it.
I'm going to. I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast it. I'm going to cast it on myself and on Jinzo as my, I guess, ancestral manifestation of it. The manacles and chains that he's seen manifested appear on myself, and I guess then we're both gonna try and primeval awareness at this point to achieve that.
Alright, you got it. I need a moment to think.
Okay.
Excellent RP, BTW.
Oh, yes, 2 inspiration. 1 for each of you. That's a very good job. Just thinking about how to apply what you did.
Oh, thank you.
One for each of you.
Good job.
Okay, I think I've got some. As you and Genzo focus on your primeval awareness, using each other's vision to help fill in all the blind spots, cast your spell. Feel the blessing flow through you. Fabio, make me a faith check. D20 plus 4.
Okay.
Let's go.
Fabio, you begin to look with Jinzo deeper into the recesses of the latent psionic energy that doth flow around the area. Normally, A ranger's primeval awareness stops at the surface level of detection. But further and further, you and Jinzo delve, your faith in the ancients to guide you into something terrible. A twisted, miasmic presence, like a sickness in the land, has contorted itself through the brothers, through the very land itself in which you stand. The sickness is ravaged, and grows stronger despite your efforts. What is most insidious is the presence that you feel from behind it. A shadow that darkens the battlefield. Bodies and corpses lie as crows pick at them. Animals feast on them. And wicked things begin to grow from the ground, like corrupt seeds. Gives way to the horrid things that you've seen thus far. Further, you delve alongside Jinzo. The psionic energy pulsing and shifting. The creature responsible for the corruption of the broken brothers. Whom it serves, whom could say, but you can feel it. It waits in the depths below, in the underground rivers that course through the underworld. You see it rising up to feast upon those placed within its maw like chattel, chewing, hungering. Sorry. The closer and closer you look, make me a nature check.
Oh, I have a jack of all trades. So, there you go.
Finally, at the end of your delving, you see it. The root of this corrupted flower a creature long and slimy, not unlike an enormous fish, wriggling with tendrils, being carried aloft by enslaved minds, continues to feast on the misery and remorse of the broken brothers. Now, as your psionic drift brings you closer, you will see the creature's eyes open and look directly at you. You will feel the weight of its mind crash into you, begin to enrapture you, like a serpent coiling around its prey. You are but babes lost in woods that you never should have walked within. It begins to coil. Hungrily, it stares at your exposed minds. And in the last few moments, as the creature's mouth opens wide to consume you, you feel fear, emptiness, loneliness. But you are not alone. In the brief moments while the creature's mind encircles you, its jaws tightening around the vulnerable and weakened parts of your mind, you can feel Jinzo's presence grasp at your shoulder. You feel others grasp at your shoulder as well. the visages of those that you left behind. A revenant's price. See their faces. Robert, Braynor. See them all. And in the last moment, which you would be consumed, another mind joins the fray. One hidden in the blood of Jinzo. And so, while this enormous creature of the water, turns to feast on Fabio and Jinzo's mind, a coiling cage of spectral hydra heads swirl around them. The hungering madness of the broken oaks will now perform a clash against the might of Lord Trinos. Give me a moment to bang my bionicles together again, lads.
Oh my
Let's
god.
go.
Death shows up.
Dad. I'll just stare at this new entity. Doubly confused. Huh?
Alright, here we go. The new creature. Lord motherfucking Trinos. The new creature begins its assault, attempting to crash with its sheer weight of its mind into the many heads of Lord Trinos. But while each of the minds of Trinos might be smaller than this creature's, together they form a bulwark that the creature bounces off of. And then, like a great net, the Hydra heads begin to descend upon the creature's mind, swirling, coiling, thrashing, biting, twisting, constricting, giving it no chance or area to escape. But clashes come in three. And so, as the creature screams out with its mind, trying to pierce through, grasping at his ears, Jinzo will press himself into Fabio, and you will feel Lord Trinos flow through Fabio's body, and like a filter, come out the other side. A vengeful spirit. The Hydra heads reach out towards this new creature, and slowly begin to pick it apart, piece by piece. Trinos feasts, and the greater mind retreats. Your eyes open, and you find yourself standing where you were, or sitting where you were before, with new knowledge and a more terrible understanding, the depths of the depravity that have taken the broken.
Almost like just went running. I'll just be looking for air. What was that?
That I wanna know too. What the?
You were there. He'll just step back and sit on the pew. Is that what we're meant to fight? Is that what we're meant to get rid of?
Seems like it's the source of this corruption around here. Whatever it is.
Oh. More questions, more questions. Oh, he'll put his head on his hands and like start rubbing them around.
Well, I recognize the Hydra. Lord Trinos, of course, but the others, I take it they were.
He'll take a look at the one arm that he was looking at. I was pointing the first names at. So I guess they were. They were my friends. What is that piece, Jinzo? You call it. What did you say? Lord? Trinos? Like, is that some sort of deity of yours? Another foreign god?
He may not be a full god, but certainly a demigod amongst Hydras. He held one of the trials of the seven. And we fought him in a memory.
You fought him?
Yes, the four of us and two others.
Then why is he helping us? Why would he do that if you fought him?
Well, it was a trial. He tested us and he found us worthy. And he chose me as his champion, I guess.
All I can think about is Jinzo kicking a stone. Oh, jeez, she chose me. You know, I don't really know why.
You'll like look up at you for the first time since getting back up here, and you'll be like, "So even a being beyond mortal understanding has chosen you. Are you able to speak to it? Are you able to communicate?"
I've heard him whisper to me when the Hydran blood evolved in me. But I have yet to attempt and talk to him. I was not exactly the exemplary chosen. But
And yet, even then, he speaks to you.
yes, he showed up. I guess that means I'm still chosen. There is still hope.
If even that thing, when he answers, or rather, even he speaks to you, Is there any hope for me?
Certainly.
I will. I will pray. Let me know when everyone's done. If you want to stay, you could stay. But I see now that if these foreign gods, beings, what did you call the Hydras? Even they speak to people. Then surely there's a way that I can at least hear a reply.
We'll make it happen.
He'll take another long, winded exhale. And then you'll see him kind of grasp onto the stone that he received. And you'll hear him praying, right? What I'm gonna be saying. But he'll be interchanging it between languages as if it's normal to do so. Like the languages that he knows, right? And essentially he'll say, or he'll start praying and begin it with, "Great spirits, I come to you once more, a broken man who lives a life built upon mountains of others' lives, given whether by choice or by fate. I have seen many things, experienced much, felt even more. I come to you beseeching an answer, beseeching whether it be as much of an audience with all, or simply a word, a guidance, a sign of one. Ancients, I have long walked this road. Long have I searched for the wisdom of Ilum. Long have I tried to nurture those around me as Dios has. Long as I've tried to find joy in the senseless battle that our land finds itself in. And so often have I tried to protect that which kites near me, that which I hold dear. Many times have I tried. All those times have I failed. I I beseech from you, great ones, not as this identity that I have watched myself become, not as this mask, this facade that I have bore myself to bear, to hide my pain. But I come to you as that little child that had followed through the ways of his mother, that little boy who, together with his sister, has seen what you have done to our people. Is it because I am not? Is it because I am not one of your chosen children? Is it because my fate is based on what I know rather than what my ancestors told me my very blood bears? Please, great ones. I, Musa Chango, son of Analda, spirit speaker of tribe Mbike, lead to hear, to be guided by you through all these questions and interventions of foreign gods. I ask for a sign. And that's essentially it.
A voice will speak out behind you. I'm afraid that whoever you're talking to, they cannot hear you. You will see the Baron standing near.
Why is that?
This place is cut off from such things, as my brother explained it to me before we were taken. There is a presence here. It warps the dreams, prevents dialogue with such beings, as far as I know. I did not mean to interrupt. I was coming to say a few prayers myself, and I overheard yours. I do them, for it is quite dogmatic. I know no one will hear it, but sometimes it's best and needed that only.
And what, if I may ask, what prayers do you direct yours to? I don't recognize anything here.
Just generally the light, I suppose. Perhaps I pray for self-reflection. I've never really found much of a use to it. There are many that enjoy it, many that depend upon it, but I've always treated it as a. I guess it doesn't matter what I use. How I choose to now.
See. So it would seem that in my luck I have gone to save another Mytharian.
Itharian?
Fantastic.
What do you mean?
You say that you came to pray for whatever light, right? That's usually what the Mytharians do.
There was a church before Mytheria, my friend. It is the light I pray to. Much as my father did before him.
Well, I'm afraid that whatever being light, whatever it may be that you pray to, nobody really knows of it outside here.
That much is true. In either case, I do not wish to interrupt.
That's worry not.
He will sit over here and begin some quieter prayers to himself.
Just look back to Genzo. I guess nobody will hear me after all.
Not here, maybe. Once we've dealt with this corruption. It will be.
What were you saying, Jinzo? He sighed right over you.
Oh, I just said that it will be possible.
Ah, there you go.
Sorry about that.
And Jinzo will walk to the side and give you an awkward brotherly hug.
Ah, yes. Time for awkward emotions.
You'll see, he is very much uncomfortable with a hug.
Yes, so is Jinzo.
Is he one of those people that leans weird into it? Like they do the forward lean? Or they do like the back lean?
The side hug?
You ever hug somebody that does the forward lean? Or the side lean?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Alright.
Pelvis to pelvis, 3-second contact, eye contact. That's what I want.
No,
Aggressive hugs.
Just like a little brother hugging his big brother.
Okay. That was a
And
great
then
scene.
he-
That was a great scene. Is everybody else just finishing up logistics, or does anybody else have anything they want to do? No, we have the next scene with the Baron.
Just one more little thing.
Go ahead,
I
do your
will
thing.
put Fabio's head down next to him and walk away.
I'm sorry, you put Fabio's
Fabio's
head?
head.
Oh,
My
hat. Oh, I thought you said head. I was like,
No.
whoa.
Sneak now.
I was really sad in the few hours you were gone.
His straw hat.
I'll just look at it as in a sense of like I'm like someone giving back something that they feel like wasn't theirs to begin with. And he'll grab onto it, but he'll just put it like he'll find a place to put it. He won't actually wear it yet, and he'll just continue his ruminations, I guess, for his fate in the meantime.
Ogly doggly. Alright, does anybody else want to do it?
I'm just logistics
like a
over
no.
here.
Okay.
I'm good.
Sounds like everybody else is good. Okay, in that case, I'll take you guys back to the top floor. As it's time to make battalion plans. Okay. As the party gathers up for the Baron, finally having his estate in order, will look to each of you and he will say, now that our preparations have been made, I cannot help but wonder as to what our strategy shall be. I suppose that if you intend to cure my brothers, you'll need to face off with them. Their corrupted forms, much like my own, not give up their host easily. There's likely a large fight in it.
There usually is.
Yes. My proposal is my brothers and I shared command of each other's armies, should any of us become incapacitated. I am uncertain as to whether or not my commands will still hold sway over them, but perhaps it might serve as a purpose. Excuse me, he won't say purpose. It might serve as a deterrent to my brother's forces engaging, whilst you engage them. He will then pull out a hand-drawn sort of a hand-drawn battle plan on a parchment, and he will point out, I have thought that I think the best one for us to go after first of my brothers is my brother the Marquis, as you would know him. He is difficult to deal with. He's quite intelligent. Frederick is probably the only one that can help us get through to the other two. He always had a way with speaking to John and Gregarious, so I think we should free him first. He may also know a better way of diplomatizing with the other two, because as you have prevailed over me in battle, and as you may prevail over my brother, Marquis, in battle, you will find the Duke and the General far more trying enemies. It will be difficult to dissuade them and catch them off guard, especially the more that we use these circles.
Well, we do
Do you
have
have
that
any memories? Oh,
That's going to say. We do have one means of teleportation outside of these circles, but it helps if somebody was familiar with the area.
Of course.
Maybe we could avoid taking their.
We would hate for a mishap. I intend to use the crystals. The first jaunt should not detract any attention. But if my brother were to fall, my other brothers will notice when the teleportation was used. Still, best to strike while we have the advantage. Would you agree?
I mean, that is certainly a smart way of seeing it. Especially if you can keep the supporting cast busy, so to speak.
I believe I can keep my my brother's troops occupied with contradicting commands.
do you have any memories of your brother in his corrupted form? That is.
Corrupted, I remember very little. But I do think I have something here that I've written up that might help you. Hey, martial checks. Wow.
Wow. Great.
Wow.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. So the broken marquee. I'm gonna go ahead and list out his abilities for you guys. You get to choose 3 of them. One of them, as a DM, I will suggest, is suspicious thoughts.
Ah, yes. Many
Okay,
of those
ignore the
exist.
DM and don't do that now.
Okay,
Oh.
that's also
No,
fine.
no. No.
You could also just ignore me. It's fine.
It's probably
No.
the equivalent of hunger for
I
the Baron.
yeah.
Specifically,
Now I have
specifically, the Baron will also mention that his brother was the more diplomatically oriented. He was certainly a silver tongue, and in his aberrant form, he was a liar and employed envy, the intricacies of the Harlequin to his. He sought to disable and confuse
yes.
his enemies.
a politician, I see.
Anyway, so I'll start with suspicious thoughts. Yes.
Yeah. I'm cool with that if everyone is.
At the start of a creature's turn, it must make a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw. If they should fail, they choose one of this creature's abilities at random to be affected by it. They can, however, choose one of them, and if they do, they must select 2 allies to be affected by both. If there is only one other conscious ally, both they and their ally are affected. If alone, they target themselves. At the start of this creature's turn, this DC is raised by 1. So that means at the start of the Marquis's turn, the DC goes up by 1. At the start of each of your turns, you have to make the save. If you fail, you have 2 choices. You either take one of the other abilities and be affected by it at random, or you choose one of them and then choose 2 other allies to be affected by it. Make sense?
And the DC keeps scaling, right?
It's
So 19, 20, 21. Yeah,
That's correct.
okay.
Okay, now which of the other 2 would you like to know?
Now, if I may suggest, for no bias reason whatsoever, a Flash of Anger and Valley of Hate, yes? If anyone has something else that they seem, if anyone else anything else that they seem,
I agree with that. That works for me.
Maybe one could be Backstab Mania. It could be some friendly fire stuff. Maybe.
Oh, that's a good call.
okay. Then if I choose one of them, I think Valley of Hate sounds slightly more long-term effect based than Flash of Anger. So we might want to get that in case it's another ramp-up thing.
Sounds good.
Good reasoning.
So Backstab and Valley.
All right, sounds good.
Sure.
Backstab Mania does this. This affliction lasts 1 round. The afflicted creature treats all creatures as enemies. The creature uses the attack action at the closest enemy it can see within its reach on its turn. If it's a tie, the Marquis chooses. If this attack does not damage the Marquis, it is a critical hit. And then you said...
Attack action, meaning the full action?
Yes, the full attack action. The core ability attack action.
Uh-oh.
Alright, and then there's a Valley of Hate, which does this. This affliction lasts 1 round. The afflicted creature treats all creatures as enemies. The afflicted creature cannot be healed. In addition, whenever this creature would be dealt damage, all creatures within 15 feet to it take half of that damage. So that includes itself.
Okay. That's the kicker. You essentially become vulnerable to that attack. for that instance of it. Ugh.
Does this include the monarchy?
Does what? That? Yeah.
All creatures. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all creatures.
And it can be used on any creatures, so he can use it on his allies if he wants to.
What, his suspicious
If
thoughts?
he has any.
Suspicious
No, I
thoughts
talk
is any
about the
creature.
valley.
I don't know what you mean by use.
If he can afflict one of his allies with the Valley of Hate, for example.
Yeah, if it gets affected by suspicious thoughts.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Mm.
That's the preliminary knowledge you get to start with.
Okay, so this literally feels like a boss rush.
If you unequip your weapon after your turn, and then you get this, do you equip your weapon again before attacking, or do you unarmed strike? Are you forced to?
You attack at your full capacity.
Okay, yeah.
So he does mean to turn us against ourselves.
Yes.
The tricksy rabbit.
More work.
Positioning. Yes.
Positioning.
But it doesn't force us to move, right? Just attack if in reach. Or at least the first one. Let's see. Or does a movement also count as reach?
I'm pretty sure you have to. It's like full action, right? So you move towards your
You
closest
have to
target
use
and do.
you have to use the attack action to attack an enemy. If you are not in range to do so, then you will move to get in range to do so. You have to attack.
Got it. Yeah.
You have to get into the fight.
Because the idea is that you're treating all creatures as enemies. So what would you do to an enemy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, get it. But I wasn't sure if reach counted movement or not in this sense. But yeah, makes sense.
would this force other abilities? Like Leaping Claw or Mongo's Fighting Spirit or stuff like that?
Well, that's entirely depending upon. Oh, I see what you mean. No, that's why it's specifically only the core action, attack action.
Yeah.
So no special attacks that are based off of actions and stuff like that. It doesn't count your triggered. Only core action attacks. So that means if you have extra attack, it includes that. That means if you have 2-weapon fighting, it includes that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But not your triggered action attacks from Leaping Claw, not your like.
It does include spells, yes, obviously. Because if
no,
not, it'll be funny for
it does
Aurora.
not.
It doesn't.
It is the core attack action.
So Aurora would run in and try to claw people.
Yes, but also she would not be able to cast a spell as an action.
Yes.
So it's just on its economy degradation.
Uh-huh.
I
I just find it hilarious.
Bless. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, my wisdom saves pretty okay, but if it gets +1 per turn, it becomes very problematic very quickly.
Yeah, that's the only issue. We have to try and actually go through it as quick as we can.
Well, looking for okay. Bongo has a legendary speech prepared.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Wait, I've got to summon Stella to get the benefits of the speech as well, please.
Yes, let my snake child hear you talk.
Bring out the snakes.
Bring in the clowns.
So, after he shows us the book, I guess I'll ask him. Alright, so at least we know something about them. You said you wanted to use one of these, as he points to the crystal, to get there?
The Baron will nod. I think that is best. We'd only be able to use the surprise attack once, but it is better to catch my brother, the Marquis, off guard. Gives him less time to gather his troops, I would say.
Oh, that reminds me. When we came here, your troops were marshalling as well. Do you know if they were expecting a massive attack or going to invade somewhere?
I apologize. My memories of the time when I was corrupted are fragmented. I knew we were preparing for something. The more we interrupt it, the greater the likelihood that we can prevent it, whatever it was.
Well, from just a basic view, it looked like maybe preparing for a massive attack or an invasion, but I can't be sure.
Look, I think I should ask for this before we leave, in case it becomes relevant. You say that the stall crystal thing, y'all found it hidden somewhere, right? Before you
Yes.
used it?
Did.
I'll look at Jinzo. By any means, did you find anything else there that we might have to worry about?
Discovered many things. Secrets, whispers. My brothers and I, my older ones especially, decided what we would use and what we would keep away. And that's when the corruption started.
I see. I don't suppose you guys found any signs of some
Sorry, my allergies are kicking.
Oh, good.
Keep going.
I don't suppose you guys found any signs of some weird monster-like creature, did you?
Not that I recall, at least not on that day.
You mentioned the cathedral is like blocked by something. Prayers cannot be heard. Is there
Yes.
any connection between the corruption and that?
I believe so. From what I do remember in my corrupted form, there was a voice like singing in my head. It commanded me somehow.
Singing, you say?
Yes.
Like a siren?
I don't know.
Better not be another one.
Jinzo, do you think that was the same thing? Sounds funny to think that was the same thing.
It has to be.
What are you
Well-
two referencing?
Oh, it's not
Right.
me.
I had a moment to spare with Jinzo earlier, and we were talking. And we ended up trying to get a better grasp of things. You see, he's trying to avoid talking about in too much detail. But essentially, we communed with the land, the earth, the spirit realm. I'm not sure which one, and we found. Well, we found something that wanted to consume us.
Did you do drugs or did this actually happen?
The Baron will look bewildered. I have no idea what you mean. I must second your comrade's question. Are you well?
Well, we got through it, yes. It was real, I can assure you.
No, I think I can prove that it was real. Y'all, and I'll gesture to the rest of the group. Did y'all end up finding some big headed, is it blue snake? Lots of heads?
You mean the
Oh.
Hydra?
Lord Trinos?
Dude,
I saw that.
put some respect on that name. Okay.
Listen, I am Corvin. I don't know any of this.
Oh,
Right. Well,
oh, you saw it. Did you have to fight Lord Trinos?
no, he helped us out. So,
Well then,
unless
you must have been safe.
this place,
Not too strong.
right? But the thing is, unless this place starts manifesting things from your past, and the fact that I was able to see it, surely that should mean that there's some validity to it, right?
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Right?
I don't think we were questioning so much the realness or the truth of what you were saying. It's just it seems like you're withholding a fair bit of information.
Look, the last time one of my friends saw what we had to fight, he ended up dead, right? So, while they weren't correlated, I don't really feel comfortable talking about it.
Mhm.
The point is, we saw something, and it was clearly antagonistic towards us. So, either there's some other thing that is attacking us, but the more likely thing is that thing that we saw, whatever it is involved in some way.
How was it? Did it do
Hmm.
anything?
Hmm.
Well, it tried to consume us.
How? Were you not here?
Nope, we were in the spirit world. Using our ranger abilities.
So you actually go into the world when you use that?
It's difficult to explain if you haven't done that.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like when you sense the land, you
Yes,
delved
yes.
deeper with it,
Y-
and
we-
you were okay.
It's
I think
like we got drifted away.
Mhm.
Like it He just
Like-
siphons everything, I think, and we got caught. They tried to
Well,
eat us, maybe. Difficult to explain.
Yeah, it was like some sort of fish-looking monster. Snake?
Fuck.
Snake. Snake's probably a better thing.
Ah, okay. Was it?
Uh,
Was the water?
like an eel?
Sorry, what's that you cut off?
I don't think we
Like-
could identify whatever it was. It had fish-like things, but there was flower also, tendrils. It's also all just conceptual, like.
this thing's a
So-
lot bigger than that basilisk we fought.
Yeah, it was quite the creature.
What was it also in the water? Because that was not fun.
More like underground. If
Oh no. That's what.
Nah, that's better actually.
Oh, so it was
I
a worm.
can't fight underground.
I don't know, like possible it's so deep that it's in the sea or something. As I
Oh.
said, it's not really clear.
I think
An eel!
for
That's what it looks more like.
eel. Yes. Well, I think for future
Uh,
reference, if you
okay.
two do want to delve into that place again, maybe you should have someone else watching you, just in case. Maybe they could pull you out of it. I don't know.
Well, that's where Lord Trinos came in. He showed up and defeated the beast, or at least pushed it back and pulled us free.
Do you think this
Look,
thing is involved or what?
right, I think regardless, it's the only thing that can mean that, right? I think it's the only thing that at least I can see as to why the hell that's here in the first place. Now, Kosai, so I
You can just
worry,
call me Benji.
I guess.
Like,
Benji. I'm worried that after all this, we're gonna have to encounter that. Which is why I'm asking if you know it. No, you say you don't know it. Do you at least remember where you found all this?
I think so. It was near my oldest brother's estate.
Right. Then I'm worried that after we do what we should do, that's going to be something to deal with. So, I'm not saying there's something that we should jump on the bandwagon and go after right now, but it's probably something we should keep in mind.
If something is responsible for corrupting me and my brothers, and if you can save us, then I would very much like to do so. The more of my brothers we save, the stronger our hand becomes. Who knows, perhaps we can prevail against this corruption. And then almost as if to emphasize the Baron's words, you will notice that much of the tower has changed in the past few hours, as the Baron has set about reactivating the facilities and using his influence. It's almost as if the corruption is being lifted, like some kind of phantasmagoria.
Well, What about you, new guy? Do you have anything to say about all this? Any suggestions? Any input?
He's actually looking out at the land. Is it healing itself unnaturally fast?
Is what healing itself unnaturally fast?
Like the land, is it like reverting like as quick as it seemed to be corrupted?
You have no idea. Because you weren't here when it was corrupted.
But like the process of its uncorruption, does it seem unnaturally fast?
Yes, because the whole thing is unnatural. The fact is, you have no form of reference to know if it is going too fast or too slow. You just don't know.
Okay. Well, the land's healing, that's all that really matters. So if we need, I think reversing this curse is definitely the steps we should take. So whatever we need to do to get to that point.
All right then.
Okay.
And it's decided. We make ready to ambush the Marquis.
Benji, do you know where we will enter his tower from his teleporter? Where we need to go afterwards?
I suspect that we will need to go down. Our towers are designed to be generally the same. Also because of the
Very good,
budget.
very good.
Yeah, the architects, they got given one master plan and they just copy pasted it all over,
Yeah. The effective
Of
cost.
course.
Right?
Yeah, right.
When we first got here, there was flashing lights between each of your towers. Do you have an idea what that means?
It is the concourse of energy from the crystals.
Okay.
So the more flashes, the stronger its influence, whatever.
I suppose you would say so. I think it is more likely that the more flashes, the more power is being used.
Huh. I suppose that's one way of us keeping track of what's going on.
Indeed. Have we made preparations? I am ready to go if you are. And you will see that the Baron has strapped his rapier, his buckler, and his various accoutrements of death, and his battle regalia, which is a very lovely looking leather armor.
Look at this guy, he's royally, right? Right.
Normally, this would be the time when he would take your ally slot, but as he will be essentially using his strength to keep other creatures out, he doesn't participate in combat.
I would argue this is better.
He's a boon rather than an ally slot.
I would agree.
Which is fair.
That's a good way of looking at it. He's more like a boon, really. But...
Alright.
Well, I am ready, but Aurora, do you have a purging potion I could have while?
Oh, yes,
Just in case.
I've finished my potions. I will give out a bunch.
Yeah, perhaps we should separate our consumables this time.
Yes.
Nah.
I'm going to send some to you.
Arcadum, how would exposure be affected after 20 hours?
After 20 hours...
We only stayed here for Yeah, 20 hours. My bad.
After 20 hours, anything with 3 exposure or lower, that's basic. 3 or lower non-cantrip exposure would be lowered down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to send that many to. Wait.
You sent me 2.
Yeah. Yes, I meant to send you 2, but I didn't mean to send. I'm splitting it up. I'm giving like 2 each around just in case they need them.
Very good.
And I accidentally sent Rain all of them.
Does everyone have a healing potion? Everyone should have at least.
I only have the three basic from here that I took.
I think. Let's see. Let me go.
I only have 2 potions of purging.
I can give you some.
We still have
I
12
have
normal healing in the armory as well, so you could take some from that, I guess.
I have my healer's kits, so you can take the potions.
Yeah.
It's back.
All right, and I'm going to send these. I believe.
You're only ready for air raid bongo.
Air raid bongo. I'm going to send these to Fabio. But yes, going to. I'm
Dude, AC
putting out the potions.
AC 130 bongo. They aren't ready for this.
AC for that.
Yes, they aren't ready for bongo with an AC of 130.
AC 130 and about.
The other thing is I would add afterwards just the hand axes because I think I would take a couple, and then after that I'm basically done.
Also,
Do you,
I will leave my.
do you have your
boss
oratory
behind.
spells? Do you have your oratory spells like chosen? Nobody.
No.
Like, how do you want to do that?
I don't know. That's why I was waiting to ask.
Alright. I think you guys should sort that out before next session, or like now before the session ends.
As no one has potions, Rafi will get more and distribute them. I'm not dying because you guys don't have healing
I have
potions.
4 healing potions.
I have the healing potions as well, but yeah.
That's
where
it.
are we?
Check your pockets. Everybody look in your pockets right now.
Rathew starts going through our pockets.
Well, that's the
Just
first
goes to bongo.
things into
Bongo
the pockets.
adamantly holds onto the flying potion.
No, it is mine.
There's the oratory stuff. Nobody. I put it in side chat, like in Discord. But depending on the kind of spells you want to make, will be more expensive and time consuming.
I don't want to make spells. I was going to see if I could just learn already known spells, pretty much.
Yeah, making would take a lot of time as well.
And money.
Yes. Well, we do have money,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Money.
Yeah, well, you know.
I have money. Is correction.
Rathew has money.
Rathi is going to die wealthy.
Hey, in the eyes of the brass baron, Rathew is the most important one in our party.
Yes.
He is rich.
Not just in the eyes of the brass baron.
Even in Raquel's eyes.
I mean, Bongo still sees him as the party leader.
Yes, it is factual.
I mean, that's fair.
So,
Go ahead.
there's basically. I just basically want to learn 2 spells. That's already known, so what I don't know what we would need to do for
What
that.
spells are those?
Mass Cure Wounds and one sec. Then also Greater Restoration. They're both level 5.
Well, that would take 10 hours total.
Let's
That
go.
was the extra time I was doing that while they were repairing.
Okay, then what's the problem?
I just didn't know if I wanted to make sure that was what we were able to do before I added them.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Okay.
The gold cost to
Double
this.
checking.
Gold costs 500 gold apiece, I believe.
He will reluctantly hand him a gold bar.
Matthew, I'm learning a spell to make sure that no
Yeah,
one
you're
dies.
fine. You're
Good
fine,
you.
right? You had access. Those are basic spells in your wellspring. Wellspring of magic.
Mhm.
Oh,
I can imagine that
you're not
Raptors
cleric.
does.
You're a druid first. It don't matter.
One day, I will come back to liking magic and learning spells.
Yeah, you have a wizard anyway. So
I'll sound back.
Hey,
The data
hey,
bomb
nerd,
has
do the
also
nerd shit so we can learn your nerd spells. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that killed them.
I am
Actually, that's it.
ready.
Yeah, ready.
Yeah.
I just need Snack and Bongo prayers. Let's go. Bongo's
Bongo doesn't
bitch.
pray.
There she is. There's my girl. My babby.
Stella appears eating a Vegemite sandwich. Oh, it worked!
Damn. Huh.
Spell of create Vegemite sandwich.
Stella has the ability to create Vegemite sandwich. Oh no, Hammy Sammy is affecting all of
You
my
thought you could
followers.
escape from me. The power of ham sandwich.
Oh. Yes. Good. The snack is ready.
Right. Anything else we need to do?
So I know this is very suspicious because I have demon features, but I assure you that this is not a demon that I have summoned. It is a regular, shiny, big snake. I am not a demon summoner. I do summon things, but just not demons.
This
And you
is
do have
not a
wings.
demon.
Like a demon.
I am also not a
Yeah.
demon.
I'm not a demon. I'm some sort of winged lizard adjacent creature, okay? Like, I don't even know, like, what corrupted. Wait. Can I? Oh, yeah. I'm telling the truth. Unless you want me to be deceptive. But yes,
Well, that's the thing. Bongo wants to believe you. But how could he after you've changed so much? Literally.
You're tearing this family apart.
I do this.
Anyways, any other things we need to do?
I think I am ready. Or all good, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Bongo, do you
And
have
not the
some words
snack.
for us?
What was that? Sorry.
Do you have some words for us? Some words of encouragement, maybe?
Maybe a legendary
Sure, I can
word
wing something
too.
right now and not take a week to prepare it and do it like that.
Or you could wait a week.
I
And
mean,
then
we
do it right before the
it's up.
battle.
It's up to you guys. We got 5 minutes left, so it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you want me to just
It would
start?
set the mood.
Or
I think it would set the mood to wait and let him do the speech.
as you wish. Everybody agree with that?
Unless the party disagrees, yes.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if y'all disagree.
In Bongo, we trust.
All right. So be
In
it.
Bongo, we
All right. Well, in that case, we are at time. Thank you so much for playing. Thanks everybody for watching the players play. I'll see you guys in an hour for Saints and Sinners. Let me check to see if we have any fan art.
We got exactly one.
I'm looking.
It is great. I love it.
Tired of being ugly? Do you get no maidens? Do you scare people off? Try the brand new Raquel Vaseline. God, that's gross.
You will feel like a new person.
All right. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys in an hour for Saints and Sinners. Bye.